Hello everyone! Today, we are looking at the Nolan N100-5 Modular Helmet. I had done an unboxing video when my channel first started, and it was just off, so I actually removed it. But now that I've actually used this helmet for 2 years, I want to give you a good honest overview and review of the helmet. I want to disclose that I am not affiliated with Nolan, nor have they endorsed this video, provided any financial incentive or compensation in any way. I bought the helmet with my own money, and this is an honest review of what I think of the helmet. Now that that's out of the way, let's get started. Let's start with features. The Nolan N100-5 helmet is a modular helmet, which means you can open the chin bar, making it essentially a 3/4 helmet. Modular helmets tend to weigh more than full-face helmets. The Nolan comes in at slightly under 4 pounds, 3.8 to be exact. That's 1.7 kilograms for those of you who use metric, which is pretty average. This helmet is a polycarbonate helmet that is dual homologated, which means you can ride open or full-faced. It is an ECE 22.05 helmet with a sharp 4-star safety rating. Nolan is also one of the few brands to never have had a modular helmet pop open during testing. It has a wide viewing area through the anti-scratch visor that incorporates a quick release system. Included is a drop-down sun visor that is UV 400 rated, fog and scratch resistant, and position adjustable. Depending on where you buy the helmet, it will have an ECE or a DOT sticker, but it carries both ratings. It comes with a pin-lock anti-fog system. It is fully ready for integration with Nolan's proprietary N100 Bluetooth system. It has 2 front ventilation ports with a rear exhaust port to keep heat away. The visor has the ability to drop down before being fully closed, which allows further airflow. The liner and pads are fully removable and washable, and the pads are notched to allow for glasses. The helmet does have the capability to have an integrated ESS system, however, you cannot have it in addition to the N100 communication system, so my helmet doesn't have the ESS. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's basically an additional braking indicator. The adjustable ratchet-style strap makes it easy to strap in with gloved hands, unlike D-ring connectors, and has a quick-release lever to make taking the helmet off a breeze. The chin bar release is dual action, which reduces the chances of accidental opening. Okay, now that we have the specs you can find on any website out of the way, let's get into my review. Let's just start by saying I love this helmet, so much that I even bought my daughter one. While it is heavy, it holds with most modular helmets. It is relatively quiet. That's quiet in terms of modular helmets. Modular helmets tend to be noisier than full-face helmets because of the space needed for the flip-up chin bar. Even so, I will say it is a whole lot quieter than my Nolan N85 full-faced helmet was. You still want to wear earplugs while riding, but that goes with pretty much any helmet. I love how easy it is to open the vents on the helmet. My N85 wasn't too bad, but my other helmets made it a nightmare to find the ventilation ports with gloved hands. This helmet is super easy to find and open or close the vents. The top vent does provide enough airflow that I can actually feel it working. The chin vent port is up in the air, if it is doing anything at all. That being said, one of the best airflow ports is the visor's airflow feature. The visor can be dropped down to the closed position, but not fully locked down. This allows the air to flow into the helmet, but prevents any bugs or debris from coming in. Probably one of my favorite features. Another nice feature is the built-in sun visor. Many will probably think that they can ride with the visor up and the sun visor down. Nolan not only advises against this in the manual, but it can be dangerous. It doesn't block the debris from coming in under the visor and getting into your eyes. Don't ask me how I know that. Pin lock is pretty common on most helmets today, and it works as well as you would expect. It is easy to install, and I don't even notice it is there. I do wish it came with a yellow tint pin lock, as they do help with lower visibility when it's cloudy or foggy, just flat conditions. Sunrise and sunset it also helps, but it is pretty normal for helmets to not include a yellow pin lock. As for the sun visor, I believe the amount of tint is acceptable. It isn't too dark and it isn't too light. I of course have blue eyes, and blue eyes tend to let in a lot of sunlight. it bothers us a lot more than, say, brown-eyed folks. And this sun visor does really well. I definitely appreciate not having to carry around 2 visors, and it's easy to pop down. Though I do have trouble finding the lever to drop the visor on occasion. But I believe that is mostly because of my brain being trained on the N100-5 for so long. They aren't exactly in the same position. So I do not believe this is a negative aspect in any way of this helmet. I just need to retrain my brain. Even though it's been 2 years, I spent a lot of time in the N100-5. I do love the spring-loaded release. A simple push and the sun visor pops right up. The chin guard, bar, whatever you want to call it, is quite easy to open, even with gloves, which is important. When you're stopped at a gas station or wherever and want to cool down or get a drink, it's super easy to flip it up, even with one hand. The ratchet strap is of course one of my favorite features for Nolan helmets. It is super easy to use and can be used with gloves on. I was even able to buckle my helmet one-handed one time while riding, when I realized I'd forgotten to do so. It's a bit trickier with one hand and gloves, but that just goes to show how easy the system is to use. Try doing that with a D-ring. The release mechanism is sturdy and works well at releasing the clamp, making it easy to quickly get the helmet off if needed. One thing I love about the modular design is that I can flip the chin bar open, then stretch out the sides to pull the helmet over my head. This allows any masks to stay in place, but also makes it more comfortable for those riders who wear earrings or have bigger heads of hair. The helmet does come with the ability to integrate their proprietary N-Com system. The N-Com is essentially a Cena that is made into Nolan's own design, and integrates seamlessly with no large pieces hanging out and the charging port built right into the helmet. It's a nice system, but a pricey one, and not as good quality as the higher-end Cardos. I'm not doing a review on the N-Com here, but I do like that it can integrate nicely. Other headsets may require modification of the helmet to get the mount to work, unless you trust the sticky pads, which I don't. As mentioned before, the helmet is designed to ride with the chin bar open or closed. I'm not one to remove that protection to my face, but I rode around the block with it up to test it out. The chin bar stays tucked against the helmet to reduce air resistance, so it does ride quite nicely if you choose to do so. Again, I just rode around the block. I didn't ride it down the highway. There is a lock mechanism that you definitely want to engage if you ride this way. Otherwise, the chin bar could pop down on you when you don't want it to. As you can tell, I don't have much bad to say about this helmet. It is a very good helmet, and more importantly, a very safe helmet. And the price point is just right, at the mid-400s. If I were to list the drawbacks, it would be that they don't put both rating stickers on. It's just nice to see that it's ECE rated, since DOT is worthless. It is not Snell certified, by the way. It does allow for third-party headsets like Cena and Cardo, but depending on the mount you use, you may have to modify a part of the helmet, which I don't like. So I went with the proprietary model, the N-Com. That being said, it does have the slots to run the wires, put in the earpieces, and run the mic. I wish there were more color options though. You have your gray, graphite, white, and they have recently come out with a few added colors. My daughter's has pink, for example. But there are still limited choices. Not really a big deal, but for those of you who want to express yourselves more, the options are pretty limited. A final thing that I don't like is that I can't have the ESS with the N-Com communication system. I wouldn't mind having the additional visibility, but you cannot have both. That's pretty much it. There's very little I do not like about the Nolan N100-5 helmet, but a ton of things I do. I highly recommend it to anyone considering a modular helmet. As always, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. Stay safe out there, keep the rubber side down. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below. I will try and answer everyone's questions as soon as possible. If there's anything you would like to see, any tips, tricks, techniques, anything at all motorcycle related, please let me know. I do these videos for you, so anything that you would like to see, I am more than happy to do it. If you like this video, please click that thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and click the bell to notify you whenever a new video drops. Thank you again. Ride safe and keep the rubber side down.